Just 3 months to go till meteorological summer begins. What's our summer weather going to be like? Are we going to have another heat wave? Or is it going to be much cooler and wetter? Find out. After the intros, of course. Storm has now arrived. Well, here's what the outlook may possibly bring. As we know, last summer was the hottest summer on record, or one of the hottest summers on record, joined with 1976. This year, it is very unlikely to beat that record, or let alone join that record. But I am optimistic that we're going to experience another slightly warmer than average summer. June and August will be likely to be the warmest months. July, probably likely to be a slightly cooler than average month, and it could be a slightly wet month as well. So, why do I predict that June and August will be the decent months out of the 3, and July being the worst? We'll find out in just a sec. And yes, I'm taking the bins down. Well, we're going to find out. So as we know, so you heard me, June and August will be likely to be fairly warm months. July probably could be the worst month of the summer. But let's go through with more detail. Now, these are just some computer models which you know by now. Now, some of them, you know, they'll have completely different predictions. What I'm currently on is the weather outlook. Now, obviously, this is just my estimation of what it would prevail. And there will be plenty of sunny days to look forward to this summer. It will be lower than last year. So sunshine totals will be probably will be lower. Rainfall total will be a slightly wetter summer than last year. June and July were very dry months. August was okay, close to average, but it was still a dry summer though. And I would say still slightly drier than average, but still more noticeable rainfall than last summer. And of course, it will still be warmer than average, but statistically, it is nowhere near going to be record-breaking for summer 2019. We were just too spoiled, so we can't have our high hopes for another record-breaking summer, but this is what the details will prevail. So as June begins, temperatures actually very close to average. Predictions that we will probably see them into the high teens, but actually fairly settled with some sunny spells to be looking forward to. But then the first full week of June, so let's say from the 3rd to the 7th, it's actually looking very unsettled. Temperatures close to average, some cool days as could be the necessary theme, and temperatures will definitely not reach 20 Celsius on any of the days. We are likely to see a strong, the pressure will be lower and the winds will be increasing as well, so it could be a bit slightly windy as well. So the first full week of June, rarely changeable, could be quite cool as well. And again, it stays unsettled into the second weekend from the 8th and the 9th. Temperatures around average though. Winds probably will be lighter at this stage, but it could be fairly wet with rain or showers at times, and just close to average temperatures. So yeah, to begin summer, it's actually not looking great, unfortunately, to be honest, according to the weather outlook. Then as we approach from 10th to the 14th, second full week of June, there will be some more drier weather, but again, a few showers and some isolated thunderstorms can't be ruled out. Temperatures will be slightly warmer by the second week. We could see into low 20s on several days in a row. A bit breezy, but other than that, warming up a little bit into the second week, but not completely bone dry. So then, as we approach into Father's Day weekend, the third weekend of June, the weather will be settling down. We'll lose the showers and the storms. The pressure will be rising nicely. The wind's not too strong at this stage as well. No heatwave conditions by then. The predictions for the third weekend of June will see temperatures nicely getting up into the lower 20s, so 21 to 23 around the range as the weather outlook predicts. The third week, from the 17th to the 21st of June, it is looking a little bit wetter, unfortunately, once again, but temperatures will be a bit warmer though, so it won't be too cold unless it rains for most of the day. Temperatures may drop, but we could actually see an increased risk of some heavy rain at times, mainly with thunderstorms. There will be some very warm sunshine, temperatures maybe mainly into low 20s, occasionally very humid, maybe near into the mid 20s, but potentially it could be a very thundery week on the third week of June. Warm sunshine, some heavy thundery downpours will be likely. The fourth weekend of June, again, the weather stays relatively mixed, but temperatures will be again quite warm into near to the mid 20s, but still an increased risk of a few isolated thundery showers, some warm sunshine to look forward to. But it does look like that by the time we get to predictions wise for the last week of June, we could see some very high temperatures, maybe near into the high 20s, before another thundery breakdown is likely to close the month of June off. So the temperatures will still be slightly above average at this stage, so very hot and humid last week of June. I would say the highest temperatures probably around 28 degrees Celsius, so nothing record breaking, but still quite hot, nearly 10 degrees above the average. But it could end very wet, and it stays a little bit mixed. Temperatures still a little bit warm into the last weekend of June, with some sunshine and some further thundery showers. So it could be a fairly but it's not going to rain every day though. It's just a chance we could see some thundery showers. There'll be some other dry and hot days as well. Now, July. Now, I said July will be a cool month. The first full week of July, and the weather will be actually fairly average. Not a lot of rain in the first week. Probably the best of the weather throughout the month. But temperatures will be much lower though. Back to average values. Low 20s at the very, very best. So at this stage, the hottest of the weather will have cleared away, and we'll see fresh weather coming in from the Atlantic. Pressure will be fairly high, so only isolated showers at its worst, but no heat wave by then. And also, it could occasionally be a little bit breezy as well, so that's also going to peck down on those temperatures. Then the second weekend, the weather's not looking too bad again. Mostly cloudy, there will be some sunshine. Temperatures, nothing special, high teens, maybe low 20s at the very best, but the weather stays reasonably settled. Now, this is where the really unsettled weather begins. The second week of July, weather modules predict that some rain potentially, plenty of rain, some showers, occasionally some very unusual strong winds to begin the second week of July, and temperatures could be really low as well. We may struggle to get up to 20 degrees Celsius, mid to high teens typically, with the unsettled low pressures taking control. But I think by the end of the second week, the weather will settle down. There is no heat wave by then, but we will see an area of high pressure. But the winds won't be coming in from the southerly, more like a northwesterly or westerly. So temperatures only around average at the very best, high teens, maybe low 20s. It will stay that way into the second weekend of July. Then the third weekend, it stays a little bit mixed. There will be dry days with some sunshine, but some showery interludes, some rain around. And again, temperatures, nothing too major, well, nothing amazing really. High teens, again, likely to be the low 20s. The wind's not particularly strong. The pressure's around average, I would say, for July. So, third weekend, 20th and the 21st, fewer showers. Temperatures, again, only close to the seasonal average. So it could be a quite cool month. 22nd to the 26th, fourth week of July. And again, the changeable weather continues. Occasional some warmer spells. Temperatures may be a bit higher by that stage, but not, again, nowhere near record breaking. Some very wet days, and temperatures, when it happens, may struggle in the mid-teens. So overall, temperatures around average, but there will be wet days again on the fourth week. And overall, slightly unsettled. A very wet last weekend of July, quite likely, with sunshine, and again some quite heavy thundery downpours, maybe thunderstorms to add with it. Temperatures low 20s, so around average. So, and the last week of July, well, the last few days, from the Monday 29th to Wednesday the 31st, again, a very changeable outlook. We keep plenty of sunshine, some wet days, and again, temperatures still remaining around the average mark. So there's nothing too sparkling with those temperatures by then. Then as we approach into August, from Thursday the 1st to Friday the 2nd, not too bad. Temperatures will be a little bit warmer, nearer to the mid-20s. There will be some sunshine to convey all that, so it will feel quite warm. The first weekend of August, from the 3rd and the 4th, the weather will be again fairly warm, a few showers, plenty of warm sunshine to look forward to. Then the second week of August, 5th to the 9th, and the weather will be starting to become very, very warm to hot weather, as we'll see high pressure then starting to change direction. We'll get to see winds coming in from a southerly direction. So that means, especially into the midweek process, until Thundery breaks down, we'll see some sunshine to look forward to on some days, and some very hot air we could prevail. We may see the hottest weather of the summer. We're predicting there will be in early August with 31 degrees Celsius quite likely. Before a Thundery breakdown, temperatures will be lower to near average values, maybe nearer to the mid-20s, still fairly warm, but predictions we could see a Thundery breakdown midweek, and then back to normal summer weather by the end of that second week. The second weekend of August, the 10th and the 11th, not too bad actually. Pressure's not too low. We'll still keep some sunny spells. Temperatures fairly warm. And then third week, again it could turn quite warm. We'll see another southerly flow. Temperatures probably may not quite reach the low 30s, mid-20s more typically, with plenty of sunshine, some very settled weather, lots of sunshine, and yeah. So third week is probably the best bet for your summer break, if I should say so myself, and it stays settled into the third weekend with similar temperatures into the mid-20s. By the fourth week, from the 19th to the 23rd, mostly it'll be settled, and again some warm sunshine at times, so temperatures doing pretty well for August, but there will be a few wetter interludes with some showers or occasionally a spell of rain, which may possibly spoil things, but hopefully not too much. Those overall temperatures still looking pretty decent. And then for the bank holiday weekend, the final bank, well, obviously the last weekend of August, and again, actually not looking too bad. Temperatures probably might drop by then, near to the high teens, low 20s, so cooler by this stage, but the temperatures will recover afterwards with some sunny spells and quite a lot of dry weather around. And then the last week of August, the weather will be actually another very decent week. Plenty of sunshine, not a lot of wet weather around. Temperatures still pretty decent for the closing days of the summer. So this is the full detail of what our summer's weather going to be like. June will be fairly warm. Rainfall total still drier than average, but obviously it's not going to be a complete washout, but there's just a chance that, depending on area of the region, some places could see a lot of rain, particularly by the end of June, when we get like a spell of very unsettled weather, some thundery downpours quite likely. July is generally going to be a fairly unsettled month. Changeable weather, some wet days, some dry days. Temperatures pretty much all of July may struggle a little bit, probably mid-20s at the best, but by August the weather likely to be improving once again. Plenty of dry, warm, sunny days, potentially in a brief heat wave for the second full week of August before Thundery breakdown, but overall a dry and a very warm August is likely. Unlikely to be a record-breaking summer, but if you're having a summer break in the UK, you could be lucky. So still a fairly warm summer, a bit more rain than last summer, and sunshine totals, probably another fairly sunny summer, I'm pleased to say, but not as high as last summer. That's what my predictions would be, and we'll see if that comes true in a couple of months' time. This is just a prediction. So that's the end of the summer outlook. Feel free to give it a like, comment, subscribe. You can, if you agree with the predictions, feel free to give it a like. If you don't agree, thinking it's going to be, no, Storm Boy 13's wrong, it's going to be a cool and wet summer because last summer was so spoiled. Fair enough, you can disagree with my opinions, that's absolutely fine. But like I said, no nasty comments immediately will be removed. Alright, so watch what you say. Other than that, feel free to answer any questions. I'll answer them for you. And I'll try and do any videos you want me to do as always. Like, comment, subscribe. And more videos to come very soon. The storm is now out.